When you find people that identify as being chosen individuals, right, who exercise their spiritual gifts and so on, these individuals have gone through the pit of hell and came literally with buckets of water and saying, "Hey, I've made it." But they've gone through traumatic, horrific things, right? Who that were by design placed on their path to stop them from becoming who God had designed for them to become, right? The trials and tribulations, the betrayals from the people that were supposed to protect them, the people that were supposed to love them, the amount of challenges that these people have faced are to be put in a movie type of scenario, right? And so when it comes to suffering, when it comes to trials and tribulations, when we look at it in this sense, just because we haven't came to the realization yet or came into union with oneself to know and to walk in our authority, right? Doesn't mean that we're not that. What I'm trying to say is that usually if you have gone through horrific things, you have gone through so many betrayals, so much suffering, meaning like, even your own parents went against you, the people that you loved. It's like the Truman Show, right? In the Truman Show where people were placed in like it was a script type of scenario, right? This is the type of things that I'm referring to, right? And so a lot of people are in these cycles of betrayals, abandonment, rejection, self harm, addictions, and it's by design. It's by design. Although we don't see the powers at work coming out saying, "Hey, I'm here trying to destroy you," behind the scenes, when we're operating at a low frequency, meaning we're operating in fear, guilt, shame, remorse, operating through those wounds that we failed to address, right? Maybe we didn't know any better at the time. Maybe we didn't have the resources at that time. Whatever the reality for each one of us may be, the truth of the matter today is that we do have the resources. There are a lot of free resources out there today where we can choose to take responsibility for oneself and choose to heal. Choose to go and get the help that we need in order to overcome these things, because what's happening is that as long as we're operating at these low frequencies, with these wounds, with these open wounds, this is how the enemy is able to attach to us and manipulate our free will, because it's all energetic. If you see around me, you'll see an aura. This is called our energetic field. Yeah. And so when we're operating at a low frequency, what happens is that these unclean spirits are able to attach to our energetic biomagnetic field, right? And the deeper the wound and the lower that we're vibrating, the more that it can connect with oneself by, just penetrating that aura and getting into our vessel, to the point that we start doing certain things and we think that it is us, but in reality it's not. And because these things don't look like what television portrays it to be, we think that it's going to be something with some horns or something that looks scary. No, is an energy. Everything is energy, right? And so because we behave in a certain way, because we do certain things, we are taught that there's something wrong with us, that we need to, that internally we're not good enough, right? And in reality, we've just been compromised. Our vessel has been compromised because we're vibrating at a lower frequency. And so in order for us to come up out of that, we have to raise our vibration, because when we do that, we're no longer compatible with those lower vibrations, right? With those lower frequencies. And so let's say you have an illness, a disorder, a disease, right? In reality, all you need to do is come into unity with oneself by choosing to do the shadow work and heal, right? Raising your vibration, raising your frequency, being out in nature, cleaning out your aura. And what happens is that automatically, whatever parasite was attached to you, whatever attachment was attached to your auric field or even inside your vessel, it would have to come up out of it. It's the law. Like, it would have to come up out of it, because it has nothing to attach itself to. It can no longer reside inside of you or near you, or even come near your way, because it's like you're a natural repellent. You know how they have those sprays for the roaches? Your aura becomes that, your energy becomes that, because there's nothing for it to attach. And so because the laws of the universe goes like this, the all is mind, right? So if in your mind you have healed, like you truly have healed, and you have healed those abandonment, rejection wounds, those betrayal wounds, you're no longer doing that to yourself, right? Because the reason why you kept having people come your way that were doing that to you was because at some point you were doing it to yourself, right? You were an active participant and betraying yourself. So now that you're no longer doing that to yourself and you have healed that, it might come through again as a test from the universe to see if you'll go ahead and follow the same pattern. But once you have overcame that, you will no longer get those tests, and automatically the universe has to send you people that match your vibration, right? So you'll no longer deal with rejection, abuse, abandonment, addictions, because you've healed that. You have ascended. You have raised your consciousness. Your vibration no longer resonates with that, because you have rebirthed yourself. You have died to the old self and became a new version of yourself. I hope this makes sense.